In this video, I will be giving you an in-depth tour on this 2019 Hyundai Tucson SE all-wheel drive. The 7 different trim levels for this vehicle in order are SE, Value, SEL, Sport, Limited, Night, and Ultimate. You can get front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive regardless of the trim level. Up front, this SUV is powered by a 2-liter inline 4-cylinder engine. The power is then transferred through a 6-speed automatic transmission. It then puts the power down to the road with the help of an H-track all-wheel drive system. This base level Tucson makes 161 horsepower at 6,200 RPM and 150 pound-feet of torque at 4,700 RPM. The starting price for a new Hyundai Tucson SE all-wheel drive is about $24,600. In the city, it gets 22 miles per gallon, and on the highway, it gets 25. The Hyundai has a maximum towing capacity of 1,500 pounds. This 2019 Hyundai Tucson SE all-wheel drive weighs about 3,455 pounds. The color of this particular Hyundai Tucson is called Gemstone Red. In the front of the SUV, you can see that it has a black honeycomb grille design. If you get a limited or ultimate trim, chrome horizontal lines are added and go across the honeycomb grille. You can also see that there's a silver accent wrapped around it. If you opt for a limited or ultimate trim, the silver accent is changed to a chrome accent. One thing that's a bit disappointing, however, is that the base level Tucson doesn't come with fog lights. In order to get fog lights, you need to upgrade to the Sport trim. Moving around to the side of the vehicle, the new base level Tucson has 17-inch alloy wheels. 18-inch alloy wheels are available on the SEL, Limited, and Ultimate trims, while 19-inch alloy wheels are available on the Sport and Night trims. On top of the vehicle, you won't find any roof rails. Those are not available on the SE trims, but are available on all the others. Also, the side mirrors don't have turn signals integrated into them. They are only offered on the Limited and Ultimate trims. On the back, there's a very subtle spoiler on the top. There is also a single exhaust on the bottom, but dual exhausts are available on the Night trim. To get into the interior, you just press the unlock button on the key fob. When you press the unlock button, or any button for that matter, a red light lights up on the top right corner of the key fob, letting you know that you've pressed it. When you go close to the car and put your hand on the door handle, there is no sensor that detects the key. The only way to unlock the car is by using the key fob or putting the key inside the keyhole. Once you're inside, the first thing that catches your eye is the fake carbon fiber. It's very unusual that they chose to do this in a vehicle of this class. Hopefully, they will offer real carbon fiber for the 2020 model, but we all know that's not going to happen. The dash is all soft touch, which just adds to the luxury. What doesn't add to the luxury is the cheap, hard plastic on the door panels, glove box, and other areas of the interior. To the left of the steering wheel, there are 4 buttons. This one is to adjust the brightness of the gauge cluster. This one is to turn on and off your lane keep assist. This one is to turn on and off your traction control system. And lastly, this one is to turn on and off your all-wheel drive lock system. Moving on to the buttons on the left side of the steering wheel, this one is to turn on and off your voice control system if you use Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. The button labeled Mode is to switch between AM and FM radio. This switch here is to increase or decrease the volume. The switch right next to it is to go back and forth between your presets. This button is to answer calls, and the one right next to it is to decline them. Next, to the set of buttons on the right of the steering wheel, This button allows you to cycle through the different pages in the screen, such as your speed, all-wheel drive system, and your settings. The button right next to it is to turn on and off your cruise control system. This switch allows you to view your speed, fuel economy, trip odometer, and other vital information. The switch right next to it is for your cruise control system. You also have a button labeled OK and another labeled Cancel. This Hyundai Tucson SE has a 7-inch infotainment system. The radio button allows you to go to the radio page. The media button allows you to upload pictures to the infotainment system for your custom screensaver. The button right below it allows you to cycle through your radio stations. When you press the home button, it takes you to the main page. The button right below that allows you to access your call history once you've connected your phone. There's also a button which you can assign a custom function to, as well as the settings button. When you push this dial, it turns on the audio system, and when you turn it, it adjusts the volume. When you push the other dial, you can select things on the infotainment system, and when you turn it, you can tune up and down radio channels. When you select all menus, it brings you to all your apps. When you select My Menu, it brings you to a page where you can add the apps that you use the most. When you select Apps/Info, it displays apps that provide the driver with lots of useful information such as Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and the owner's manual. The Settings app allows you to customize various things in the infotainment system. One thing that I like about this infotainment system is that you can customize the screensaver, either from Hyundai's preset ones or a custom one using the media button. Overall, this is a very good infotainment system that has a decent sized screen, is very responsive, has a lot of features, and is very easy to use. The climate control system is also very simple. You rotate this dial to adjust the fan speed. This button blows air to your face, this one blows air to your face and feet, this one blows air to just your feet, and this one blows air to your feet and engages the front defroster. Rotating this dial adjusts the temperature. This button is for the front defroster, this one is for the rear defroster, this one is for recirculated air, and this one is for the AC. Below the climate control system, there are two 12-volt ports, a USB port, and an auxiliary port which you can use to plug in headphones and listen to the radio. There's also a storage area for your phone, which is also a wireless charging pad on the sport trim. When you move further down, you have a small storage area as well as two decent sized cup holders. Directly to the left of the cup holders, you have the electronic parking brake, the drive mode selector, there's normal and there's sport, the auto hold button which will automatically engage the vehicle's brakes once you come to a complete stop. The last button keeps you at a set speed when you're going downhill so that you don't have to keep on pressing the brakes and wearing out your brake pads. There are also two cup holders with a little bit of storage on either door panels of the vehicle. On the driver's side door panel, you have the mirror controls, the controls for the power door locks, and the window switches. Also, only a small portion of the armrest in the Tucson is padded, which is a bit disappointing. The glove box opens ever so slowly, revealing lots of storage room. The Hyundai Tucson owner's manual comes neatly in this leather pouch. It contains the owner's manual, the handbook and warranty information, and the handbook supplement. The new 2019 Hyundai Tucson even comes with its own pen. On the top, you have two dome lights, two microphones for when you pair your phone, and a sunglass holder. The visor mirror is decent size and has a lid covering it. There's also a clip which you can use to hold small pieces of paper. The steering wheel is a tilt but not telescoping wheel. Moving on to the back, the armrests are padded on either sides. There are storage pockets on both the driver's seat and the passenger seat, so Hyundai didn't cheap out there. Just like in the front, there are two cup holders with a little bit of storage on either door panels of the vehicle. There's also a dome light on top. You can't get air conditioning, 12-volt or USB ports, and heated seats in the back. For those features, you'll have to upgrade to a higher trim level. There are also 2 additional cup holders as well as an armrest in the middle. If you want a panoramic sunroof, you will have to upgrade to the highest trim level. The interior of the 2019 Hyundai Tucson SE all-wheel drive is very spacious. It has lots of storage room due to its big glove box, decent sized center console, and various places to store items. The interior quality is similar to its competitors and has lots of cheap plastic everywhere. The interior is also very comfortable and has lots of convenient features. To open the trunk in the 2019 Hyundai Tucson SE, you have to press a button right above the license plate. Once you open the trunk, you will find a relatively decent sized cargo area along with rear seats that fold 60/40. Underneath, you will find that Hyundai still offers a spare tire instead of a fix-a-flat kit, which is nice. To close the trunk, you can't just press a button. Instead, you have to manually pull it closed. A power liftgate is available on the Sport trim, however. The 2019 Hyundai Tucson SE all-wheel drive is a pretty good mid-size SUV. It may not be the best SUV, but you should certainly consider it. Even though this is just the base model, it comes with forward collision alert and lane keep assist. This SUV also has a 5-star crash test rating. For a base model midsize SUV, it has lots of features and the ride is very comfortable. Materials are what you expect for a vehicle of this class, and the fake carbon fiber adds a very nice and sporty touch. This vehicle, however, is not sporty. It takes a long time for it to accelerate, even in sport mode. The vehicle from the outside looks good, but not especially stunning. The tire size is similar to any other base model midsize SUV. All in all, it's a vehicle that sits right in the middle and is an option worth considering.